pal. With me.
What is up, guys? This is the ZeusTuber, and today I am here with my review of True Detective Season 1. Now, for those of you who remember, it started off with a tree similar to this one. I know it's a little bit cheesy, but I saw this tree as I was driving around, and I was like, you know what? I want to do my review in front of this tree because it's kind of the same general atmosphere, I think, for the most part. Pretty cool stuff. I'm standing in stuff I don't want to be standing in, but I'm standing in it for the purpose of this video. So, Season 1, True Detective, starring Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson. Matthew McConaughey plays the role of Detective Rustin Cole, and Woody Harrelson plays the part of Detective Martin Hart. A lot of people going into this did not think that these two would be doing a pretty good job in these roles for the show, because obviously McConaughey's work, at least for the few years prior to True Detective, was not really serious work for the most part. He had a couple more serious roles, but he was mainly doing more comedic type stuff, you know, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, Sahara, things of that sort. Woody Harrelson did have some great acting background, but he hadn't really done much critically that was critically acclaimed in a while. So going into this show, people were skeptical. I was skeptical. The trailer for it looked good, but at the same time, I was like, are these two really going to be able to carry a whole season by themselves and for it to be standalone? But this show blew my mind. Now, obviously, you guys, if you're new to my channel, then you might not know this, but if you haven't known yet, Walking Dead is my baby. I mean, I talk about it on a daily basis, and I'll defend it till I can't defend it anymore. It's my favorite show, but True Detective truly is just, in terms of the writing, the directing, just the overall quality of the whole piece. It's just phenomenal. And yes, I will admit it was much, much better in terms of writing and directing than Walking Dead. Don't get me wrong, Walking Dead's a phenomenal show. But to have this kind of quality, especially like on HBO, where it's just known for its quality, the acting, the writing for Season 1 was phenomenal. Now, I'll get into Season 2 in a different video. Don't you worry about that. But Season 1, the writing made sense. Now, for those of you who have seen Season 2, you know that the same things that were kind of went on in Season 1, they tried too hard to replicate that, the feel of Season 1. They tried too hard to have those characters say those really out there lines, like, I don't sleep, I dream. That was one of the lines Matthew McConaughey said in Season 1. And now, I smell a psychosphere. Now, a lot of people going into it, people who watch the show, because it was for a mature audience, obviously there's violence, sex, nudity, the whole shebang, so it's not for kids. So it's for a grown-up audience that knows most of Matthew McConaughey's work. And you know that he's always been that guy, you know, the philosophical one. You're like, all right. You know, he's been like the I don't want to say surfer dude, but he's kind of had that mentality for a while, kind of out there, just, you know, stereotypical, like, you know, just really deep and things like that. And it works for McConaughey in this role. McConaughey is playing, in my opinion, a darker caricature of himself. Like it's himself, but it's a much darker and more philosophical version, because McConaughey was already kind of out there, let's just face it. But he does a fantastic job in this role. The stuff he says, it goes right over my head, most of it. But if you really want to analyze it, it makes a lot of sense for his character and for his set of beliefs, which he doesn't believe in much in the show, obviously. And then there's the whole polar opposite of McConaughey, which is Woody Harrelson in the show, or Detective Martin Hart, who is more down to earth. He's got his own set of problems, you know, with cheating and things of that sort, and alcohol, and not being a good, you know, father or husband. But at least I think as a viewer, we relate more to Woody Harrelson's character, because we're like, all right, this guy, Woody Harrelson, knows that Matthew McConaughey's character, that knows that Rustin Cole is out there. And the dialogue between the two in the show is just, it's so much fun to watch, because once the characters are established and you know, all right, we got McConaughey on one side of the spectrum and we got Harrelson on the other side of the spectrum, you know that what to expect from either, and it's just fun to see both of them go back and forth with their witty dialogue, their quips at each other, just things like that. Now, in terms of the episode structure itself, those are phenomenal. Yes, they are slow. It's a slower paced show, Season 2 especially, but Season 1 was slow as well. It did have little pockets of action here and there, but for the most part, for the entire part, it was interesting to watch the slow parts, because it was so well written that I think, at least from my point of view, I was more interested in seeing the written dialogue for McConaughey, for Woody Harrelson, for all the other characters really, other than seeing all the action. The action is great, and that really gets the blood flowing. But to be able to watch a show and actually deeply be invested and care about what the characters are saying, that's pretty rare these days. Now, I'm not saying you can't get that on Breaking Bad or Walking Dead, because you can get that on there too. But this level of just deep dialogue that makes the viewer think, it's very rare today. And I really hats off to Nick Pizzolatto, the writer for the show. He did a fantastic job in season 1. Season 2, mixed reviews, mainly negative. I understand why, but I'll get to that in my second review, in my second video, my review for season 2. So anyway, season 1 was phenomenal. I believe it was episode 4 was the episode where they have the one take scene. That's where McConaughey is with he's undercover again. He's with the motorcycle gang, and it's the whole when he has to take Ginger, the bald guy with the big beard, he has to like get him to Woody Harrelson in the car and escape from that whole little neighborhood there. That's all one take they did, and I thought that was phenomenal, all Birdman style. I like to call it like that. That's probably my favorite episode of the season, and just overall, there's just so many different things I could talk about with this show. I'm kind of, as you see, I'm all over the place, because when I say one thing, I think of something else. The show is just phenomenal. If you have not seen season 1, go and watch it, and don't not watch it, but just because season 2 got bad reviews. They're standalone stories. Season 2 has nothing at all except sharing the title of season 1. It has nothing to do with season 1 at all. You can watch season 1, get a completely different experience than season 2, and that's a good thing. However, I would like to see McConaughey and Woody Harrelson come back for season 3, because although the show is an anthology, it's meant to be connected between seasons. Woody Harrelson and McConaughey, they are True Detective. They are the show. They made the show. Without them, I don't think the show would have been as good in season 1. I don't think they would have gone to season 2. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because the way McConaughey delivered his lines, the way his dialogue bounced off of Harrelson and they gave it back, I can't imagine any other 2 actors doing the same thing with the scripts they were given. Also, in terms of the villain for the show, he was so creepy. He was realistic as well. Like, obviously the whole thing was just bizarre and out there and twisted and messed up. But in terms of how they handled that material, it felt realistic to me. Like, I felt like, okay, unfortunately, I could foresee this stuff happening in real life, because there are some twisted individuals out there, and it wouldn't surprise me. But I thought it was just, the whole ensemble was great, the cast. And even the finale had the mixed reviews, because some people thought it was a little disappointing. Some people thought it wrapped up the season well. I thought it wrapped it up pretty well. I was very happy with the ending, and I would love to see more, since, spoiler alert, if you have not seen... Actually, you know what? No. I'm not even going to go there. No spoiler. Actually, why are you even watching this if you haven't seen the show? I've been spoiling it the whole time. All right, whatever. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I know I tried putting a little more effort into my video this time, going out on location to film. We'll see if you guys like that style. I might try to do it a little bit more with some other videos. So yeah, this has been the ZeusTuber. Remember to rate, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And I'll see you guys later with another video. Have yourselves a wonderful day.